Meeting is being recorded. Wacky. All right. Hello, everyone. It's Evelyn Jerome-Alexander with Magellan College Counseling. And I wanted to, I can't minimize, so I can't look at my notes. Yikes. I wanted to chat with you for just a few minutes today about why people hire an independent college counselor. Sometimes people, call me and they say, I don't really understand. I did this myself when I was in high school. Why can't my kid just do it themselves? Or why can't I, well-educated, smart, professional human being, why can't I just help them through it? And the answer is it's possible that you can, and it's possible that they can. So I just wanted to throw out a couple of reasons why people choose to work with an independent educational consultant, IEC, that's what we call ourselves. And I will embed this video in a blog post that kind of goes into a little bit more description on each of these reasons. But I'll give you 4 reasons that are reasons that we hear over and over again why people choose to hire us to help their student through the college search and application process. The first one is they're concerned that their school counselor is overloaded. If you're in a large public high school, basically no matter where you are in the country, your counselor at school probably has several hundred students that they're responsible for. Now, not all of them are going to college. Not all of them need, continual counselor support, but those counselors are really, they really have a huge caseload and a huge job. And frankly, it's a really difficult job. And so, giving each college-bound student the one-on-one attention that they really need to go through their college search and application process is in some cases not possible for public school counselors. So we work with maybe 65 to 70% of our students are public school students. We still work with private school students whose counselors at school have a lot smaller caseload, but they're just looking for some more one-on-one attention. The second reason is, too busy working parents just don't have time to manage this process. It's gotten more complicated than it used to be. There's a lot of moving parts, and parents, you're focused on running your household, raising your family, doing your job, all in the middle of coming out of a pandemic. And it's just a lot to do. And this is one more thing on top of it. So they sort of delegate to us that responsibility. The third reason is a little bit related to that, but it's more the emotional side of that. And that is we become the emotional buffer between you and your teenager. This is the human being that you gave life to and who thinks that your every single idea is the single stupidest idea that ever came out of any human being's mouth, right? So we see a lot of this when it comes to teenagers and their parents and the college process. There's expectations, there's nagging when the parent manages it, and when we manage it, or partner with the student to go through the process, there's no nagging. It's a partnership, and we have the student take ownership, and we give them the framework for what needs to be done. We give them tasks and timelines and make sure that things get done. But there's less emotion because they don't treat us the way they treat you. It's unfortunate, but it's true. And then the last reason is that they realized, you realized that college admission has changed for in the last 30 years. The admit rate of the school that you went to is probably a quarter of what it was when you went there. All of my friends and I joke that we never would get into the college we went to if we applied today. It's just a different landscape out there when it comes to college admission. And so when you bring on someone whose job it's just like hiring an accountant to do your taxes, right? Like, our job is to stay on top of what's going on out there and who's talking about what in the college admission world. That's our job. That's how we spend our professional time when we're not with students. So we bring that expertise to the table that helps you and your students sort of understand what's being said and which way the wind is blowing, which there's a lot of conversation and a lot of change in college admission, even now, even just in the last year. So these are the reasons that that parents and students choose to hire us. Interestingly, one of our favorite parts of the process is really building the students list. And so we think that even though you may not know it, our favorite reason to work with students is to help them find those colleges that where they'll be happy and successful, where they will fit in, where they will find their people. We say that all the time. We're really looking for the college where you are going to find your people. And that's the fun part. And the truth is, the earlier you start with us, the better. Of course, we're happy to help students who are, you know, in the time between their junior and their senior year. We're happy to help them ramp up and get through those college applications. But when we start working with students a little bit earlier, when they start with us in the 10th or early 11th grade, we have a lot of time to help them figure out, who are you and what do you bring to a campus community and what do you want that college experience to look like? That's when we have really good results. So the funny thing is, the reason that we love doing our job, or one of the many reasons that we love doing our job, is not actually the reason that most people think they're hiring an independent educational consultant. But it's something that we're able to bring to the table to make that process even more successful. I am going to turn on comments and see if anybody's asking a question. But if you have questions and you're watching the replay of this, please feel free to drop your questions in the chat. We're monitoring, and we're always happy to come back and answer questions. And that's it. And when I write the blog post with the longer explanations of this, I'll post it up here. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a great night.